if you can avoid it, do not drink at social events for the military. Man, listen, I hate to say this, but I'd probably go rob somebody before I go beg for some money. Tired, they make that shit. Damn, my lips greasy. Your ass gonna thank me later on in the end. What is poppin', guys? Your boy Big Bro Dread. I'm back with another video, man. And in today's video, if you look at the title, you might think I'm done with life or done with YouTube, but I'm not. I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and retire because I'm done with pursuing my military career. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna retire from the Army, and yeah, it's been a long ride after 20 years of services. Not exactly 20 years right now. I'm at 19 and some change. So by the end of this year, I will be, or presumably, hopefully, if they let me out, I will be a veteran of the United States Army. So during those years, I learned a ton of information, and I would be remiss if I didn't give you guys everything that I know. So without further ado, here's 10 things that I learned from 20 years of serving in the United States Army. Let's get to the video. All right, so number 10, 20 years is a long time. All right, some of you guys are on my page watching this video right now, and y'all not even 20 years old, because I look at the demographics, so I know one of my second biggest group that watches is between 18 to 21. So some of y'all ain't even 20 years old yet. 20 years is a long time, and I say that because you can get a lot accomplished in your life in 20 years of serving in the military, but you also miss out on a lot of life in 20 years serving in the military. Like, there's events, birthdays, Christmases, anniversaries, a whole lot of stuff that I missed in these 20 years. And from learning that, if I knew what I knew 10 years ago, if I knew what I knew now, then I may not have stayed 20 years, because it was a sacrifice for me, my family, my everybody. You know what I'm saying? It was a sacrifice for my family, my friends. I missed a lot of time away. So I'm telling you guys this because I want you to understand that when you dedicate your life to something like this, you're going to make a lot of sacrifices. If you're going to dedicate your career to something like this, yeah, you're going to get some on the back end, because that retirement and a little bit of that VA is going to be okay. But you're going to sacrifice a lot, because 20 years is a long time, guys. All right, number 9. Go to the damn doctor. If you don't listen to much that I say in this entire video, take your ass to the doctor, please. Listen, when I came in the Army, there was this stigma that you worse off if you went to go see medical, right? If something happened to you, you broke your finger or you hurt yourself, you just supposed to walk it off. Well, what ended up happening is people would take this, they would not go to the doctor, right? When they get out, they don't get seen by the Veterans Affairs for the stuff that's wrong with them, and they don't get paid or compensated for stuff that was wrong with them. I'm going through that right now because I didn't go to the doctor for a lot during my first maybe 5 or 6 years in, and I missed out on a lot of treatment that I could have got. Now I got a bad back. I got doggone bronchitis or something, because I can't breathe half the time. I get migraines every day. It's a lot going on with me, and maybe I could have avoided some of those things had I gone to the doctor. And then when you looking on the outside, when you retire, you know, receiving veterans disability benefits is a right, not a privilege. If something happened to you while you was in the military, you should be properly compensated, because that took away from a lot of your life. So number 9, y'all don't listen to much that I say in this damn video. Go to the doctor, guys. It's very important for your health, and it's important for the future of your family when compensation comes into play at the end of your career, like where I am now. All right, number 8. Listen, MREs are not for all day consumption. All right, do not eat the whole end. Some of y'all gonna have to learn this the hard way, like I did when I was a lowly private on fire missions in Iraq, right? And they give you 3 MREs that last for the whole day. But what a lot of people don't know is that them damn MREs have 1,300 calories in them. All right, I'm gonna read the stats of these 1,300 calories for this MRE. An MRE has 170 grams of carbohydrates, and obviously that's for your energy. You need energy when you're doing these military missions. 45 grams of protein and 50 grams of fat, guys. You ain't supposed to eat 3 of them shits a day. If you eat 3 of those a day, you're not going to be able to take no shits a day because you're going to be so backed up. That's a lesson that I learned. It's just one of them small lessons that probably nobody don't ever talk about. But if you care about your internal organs, do not eat 3 MREs a day. You're going to gain a ton of weight. Unless you out here doing fire missions all day and you running and you burning 20,000 calories a day, you doing 40,000 steps a day, that's different. But if you sedentary, like you in the field and they give you 3 MREs and you eating all 3 of them, you're going to gain a ton of weight. All right. I had to learn that shit the hard way. So I think that's number 8, guys. Number 7. And this is a lot. This is one of those things you guys are going to have to learn the hard way, some of you too. All right. Listen, I hate when people say they're not ready because you're not ever ready for anything. You're never ready for shit, okay? You just got to dive in, guys. You got to dive in, all right? Because you're never going to be ready for a promotion. You're never going to be ready for that mission or that activity or execution that somebody asks you to do. You're never going to be ready. So you just got to be confident in yourself and confident in your training. You just got to dive in. I hate when people say, I don't want to go to the board because I don't think I'm ready. You never going to be ready for that shit. You never going to be ready to lead. You just got to dive in and you're going to learn your leadership skills on the job. Now, not everybody is fit to lead. But if they put in the work and they did the requirements that the Army say you got to do, they're going to be in that position. The only thing you could do if you don't want a bad leader is to pass them. Bottom line. So I hate when people say they're not ready. So don't ever say you're not ready. Just dive in. All right. Number 7 led me into my next point. Number 6. When you're a leader, look at your team, value your team, and do what you can to protect your team. All right. Value your team, because if you take care of your soldier, you take care of your team, they'll die for you. They will stand on the stand and lie for you. You know what I mean? So I ain't saying that they're supposed to lie because integrity, right? But what I'm saying is this type of loyalty that your soldiers gonna have for you when you loyal to them and you take care of them, that's important. That's gonna help you in combat. That's gonna help you in garrison. That's gonna help you in life. You look out for people, they're gonna look out for you. Now, if somebody shitting on you, you don't accept that. You know, you do it right back. But what I'm saying is, if you look out for your team, they gonna look out for you. They gonna be more loyal than a pit bull to you. All right. So that's number 6. Evaluate your team. Look out for your team. Value your team. All right. Number 5, and this is a big one because a lot of you guys email me and ask me about what MOS you should be or what job you should pick in the Army. And I'm gonna tell you right now, your MOS matters, but not really that much, okay? Because at the end of the day, you gonna do your job, but wars break out, then you're gonna be shooting people. You're gonna be doing something totally outside of your job. When I was doing my resume during the transition program, I started a transition program in Korea. When I started doing my resume, right, there is so much training that I left out of so many things that I done in the Army because I didn't think of those as my job. So I put stuff that I did with my job when in fact I've done several other things in the Army as far as like project management, a lot of training. I've done a lot of training and advising. I've done a lot of combat infantry tactics, field artillery training. I left all that stuff off my resume because I didn't think of it. I was a sexual assault response coordinator at a point. I did that job. I've done some human resources administrative stuff. You don't think about all the stuff that your MOS involves and what is outside of it that you do. So yeah, when you coming in, I would say pick a job that you think you might be desirable or that might be desirable for you. But at the end of the day, it don't matter that much, okay? Now, I'm gonna tell you, there are some jobs you just don't want to pick, and I might make a video about that. But when I don't want to contradict myself, but what I'm saying is, if you got a choice between these 5 jobs or not joining, I'm gonna tell you to go ahead and join. I know a lot of people expect me to talk bad about the Army because I'm retiring, and I'm actually retiring earlier than I wanted to previously, but I chose to go ahead and do it at 20 because at the point, you kind of know when your time is up. So yeah, the job don't really matter what you do. Like, you pick a job, you join, and a lot of times they'll give you a damn bonus for coming in. A lot of people, I seen a kid on TV the other day just got 50,000 for coming in. They weren't giving us that shit when I was coming in, and the Iraq war was kicking up crazy. I think I got 10 when I came in. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah. Your MOS matters, but not really that much. Hey, number 4, guys. So, listen. Number 4 is to have patience with people, all right? Everybody was not raised like you. They don't have the same morals and values that you had. So you got to have patience. You got to have a little bit of tolerance. Prime example, when I was in basic training, I met a kid from like Iowa or Montana or somewhere who had never met black people in his whole entire life, had never seen black people other than on TV. So some of the stuff he said, when I had to check him, I had to have a little grace and check him, because he was saying stuff he ain't know that was offensive. Like I ain't the kind of guy to get touchy about people saying what they say, because people gonna do what they want to do. They gonna say what they want to say. But at the end of the day, it's all about how you react to what people do. It ain't what they doing. It's how you react to what they doing. So you gotta have patience with people. Just like a lot of the kids coming in, even some people that was in my generation, they didn't really have a upbringing like I had. They didn't have father, mother. They didn't have people instilling values in them. So some of them come in and they have these attitudes, and they lazy, and they don't want to work, and they disrespectful, and all kind of stuff. But you gotta have patience and grace. You gotta learn how to work with people that are not like you. Everybody didn't grow up in the hood and everybody don't have a drive to want to be better. Like I knew, and my parents did the best they could. They gave us what they could, and we were more hood adjacent than actually hood. And then my mom be watching these videos, so I ain't gonna get on here and say no wild stuff. But I seen and have been around impoverished communities and seen stuff like that, and I knew from seeing that type of stuff that I didn't want to never put myself in a situation where I'm in that place. All right. So what I'm saying is you gotta have patience with people, because everybody ain't grow up like that. Everybody ain't see that. Yeah, I mean, that's one of them things, man. You gotta learn through experience, and you gotta learn through just seeing how people interact with each other and how you interact with other people. All right, so that's number 4, man. Have some patience. Number 3, didn't have to learn this shit the hard way, because I saw other people doing it and I saw what it did to them. All right. Number 3 is, if you can avoid it, do not drink at social events for the military. I tell you this because what happens is when you drink, your senses is colluded. Like you're not who you are when you're sober, when you've been drinking. So when you drink, you might say and do some things that you aren't necessarily proud of. And the worst place you can do that is around the people that you work with. Because what happens is they see you're a professional. And if you drinking, they gonna see you as unprofessional in front of them. So what I do when I go to like balls, I go to like little hell and farewells or dinners or whatever, what have you, is I decline to drink. I don't drink at those things. People think I don't drink because I don't. When I go to those things, I don't drink. All right, but y'all see me sipping on here. But I ain't gonna do that when I'm with my people that I work with, my coworkers, my military. But I don't do that shit. Like some of my friends that I actually hang around off work, I drink with them. I get right. But as far as like my leaders and the people I work with, listen, don't do it. All right. If you don't listen to a lot, I say listen to that. Because that's a lesson that a lot of people got to learn the hard way. Like you might do or say some shit that you ain't proud of, and then you got to go back and work on Monday and work with these people. So that's number 3. Don't drink at social events, man. It's just not a good idea. Number two, guys, save your money. All right. When I say save, I don't mean put money in a savings account, leave it there. All right. Get your emergency savings. It used to be $1,500 is the recommendation. Now it's more like $2,500 because of inflation. So get you a little honey pot that you can have over there. And then the more money you get, you invest it. You can invest in a Roth IRA. You can invest in a traditional IRA. You can invest in the TSP. That's a very, very good investment tool, the TSP, because what that TSP or through savings plan does is whatever you put in there, they match it 10%. I think it's 10%, or they match it or something like that. I know whatever you put in there, it's going to be more when you take it out. I know that because I invested in there a couple times or a few times, or a percentage out of my check out of there every month or whatever, right? So what I'm telling you guys is it's probably a good idea if you all understand the values of saving your money and investing. Yes, you're gonna want to enjoy your life, you're gonna want to have fun, but you also gonna want to have something to put aside for a rainy day. You don't want to be the person that get into some shit and then you gotta beg people for money. And that's one thing I could say about me. I never did that. I don't know if it's a pride thing. I don't know if it's me wanting to just be independent on my own. But listen, I hate to say this, but I'd probably go rob somebody before I go beg for some money. That's the bottom line. Like, I don't want to put myself in a position where I got to do that shit as a grown man. And yeah, we all fail and we all have instances where we got to do stuff like that. But man, it ain't for me. So number 2, save your damn money, man. Don't let nobody trick you out of it. Like, save your money. Don't get in situations where you got to pay more money than you need to. Pay your taxes. Don't let the IRS come get you. So that's number 2. Make sure you saving your money. And number 1, guys. Number one. Plan for the worst. I say that because I've experienced it in all levels of my career. Whenever I thought shit got bad, I see it could get worse. Like even today, just prime example, trying to retire, you would think that, oh, I did my 19, I did my 20 years. I'm trying to submit my packet to retire. It should be easy as me putting in a couple sheets of paper and saying I want to retire. Nah, it ain't like that. They make this the system to retire. They make that shit. Damn, my lips greasy. They make that shit so hard, guys. Like, it's so much paperwork that a regular person would just be like, fuck it, man. I'll just wait till y'all make me get out. Because it's so hard for you to retire. Like, you got so much paperwork and red tape you got to do before they let you go. And that might have something to do with what's going on in society with all the wars and stuff kicking off. And us needing people and mission. But regardless, I feel like if you did your time, you should be able to leave and leave responsibly. You should be able to have a great exit strategy, no problem. But it ain't like that. And you guys in your careers, if you choose to serve a few years, you guys are going to run into circumstances that you think might be bad that are subject to get worse. So you always prepare for whatever the worst that can happen. If you think it's bad, prepare for whatever's coming next. Like I remember when I was in Iraq and we were my first time during 2005, I think it was the year. And we were just coming off a fire mission. And it probably was the nastiest shit you ever seen. Like, people dying. It was horrible, right? And then we went to the defect to go eat. Turn on the news, you see the whole New Orleans is underwater because this was Hurricane Katrina. And I looked at my situation and I said, damn, a couple people died on this mission. It was fucked up, right? But then I looked at the news and saw hundreds of thousands of people dying in Louisiana from Hurricane Katrina. And I was like, when you think your situation worse, it's always somebody that's doing worse than you. So you always got a plan for whatever the worst that could be. Obviously, you can't plan for no damn Hurricane Katrina, except to move. You can't plan for people getting shot on a mission. But what you can do is train hard. You can take precautions and make sure your family good, so that if these situations occur, that everything in your life is okay. So those are the 10 things that I learned. I could probably do a video of like 50 of these shits, right? Let me know in the comments if y'all want me to give y'all some more tips, man. I think the MRE tip was a good one. Your ass gonna thank me later on in the end. Them shits don't really have no fiber in them neither, so you ain't gonna be able to take a dump. So yeah, but yeah, those are the 10 things that I learned, guys. Hopefully I get some more time and give you guys some more content. Hey, shout out to Husky, man. Husky emailed me, asked me how I was doing. Shout out to a few of you other guys, man, that asked me how I was doing and checked on me. I appreciate it, because I don't really have time to shoot YouTube as much as I would like to, but it is a part of me. It's a part. I realize that this YouTube channel has helped a lot of people, and I realize it's a duty for me to at least give you guys as much content and knowledge as I have. And the year that I have left, I'm going to try to do that for you guys. So thank you for watching. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.